Not looking right. That's looking right. That's a big piece too. Actually, pretty good sized. Yeah, I think that's about right. That's a really thick piece. It's a 25, 27 inch or something like that. Depends on where you measure. I'll tell you what, it's an ugly log. That's the other end of it. It's like the least attractive log I've ever seen. It's got so many dips and lumps and weird things on it that probably shouldn't be. I don't know. So I'm not trying to speculate. Got a mind of its own, doesn't it? Check that out. Be sure to hit that like button. Let's see what we got. What's going on, Billy? Dad, glad to see you guys. Heck yeah, hit that like button. it's already talking to you. Look. We'll call it a duck. Just kidding. All right, let's see if we can get that piece out of there. I don't want to go just cut crazy. I gotta try to pop it loose if we can, especially as good as it's moving. There we go. Take a old hammer trick. Stick a hammer in there. Get a little yank into it. Pull it out. Anyway, what we got? What are we making? Looks like we're making a block of wood. I think I succeeded. All right, cool. Let me set this off to the side. And that's my trophy. All right, so sitting back and looking, it looks like I got off pretty good on my angle. And so I need to come back across here and take some more out of there. It ain't a perfect science. At least not when I'm doing it. I think that's going to be a lot better. Oh, yeah. A lot better. And I'm going to tell you what. This thing's got all these lumps in it. I mean, this thing's got more lumps in it than Nancy Pelosi. I don't know. It's not very, it's just not a very attractive piece of wood. We're going to work it down. This is going to be a barrel with 2 bears in it. And they're going to be sitting side by side, arms around each other, having a good time. Anyway, hit that like button. We've been on here 6 minutes, 14. Let's go. Billy, Shoemate, John. Hi, Jacob. How you going? Yeah, it's not that sharp. I'm not that sharp either. Hey, what's going on, William Shop? Buddies at the Shop's Wood Shop. Heck yeah, glad to see y'all in there. Baby kisses. Hello, my friend. Okay. All right, guys, so I'll keep right on going. We're going to dig this piece out. And I think for the moment, I'll leave this height. But I'm going to separate them. I'm going to go ahead and separate my bearers out in triangles and cut a little piece out in between them. There's going to be a little space in between. It's going to be kind of like we did on the cows. Plus, I got to work around the log to take all these ugly lumps out of it from just where it's, it was just a spot in it where it grew. But all right, let's get up. Let's shut up and work. I don't think nobody wants to hear me talk. I don't even want to hear me talk. Boss lady's in the house. That tells you how she feels about it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, somebody was calling me. That's what that was. Sorry about that. we'll get right back to going. Hey, somebody give us a gift already? Some rubies or something? Oh, baby kisses. Heck yeah. All right. Hey, we appreciate it. All right. Anyway, I found that this plunge cut, blowing this piece out right through here, you don't want to start that with the 20 inches right on. You want to start that with the carbon bar, and that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, yeah, I forgot to put that phone on. Yeah. Getting deep so that when we stick this in here, we're not dealing with any resistance or any kickback. Take that out. And boy, I'll tell you what, if you were making a block of wood, there you go. That's a nice piece of block of wood, isn't it? Anyway, hope you guys are doing pretty good. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just reading a little bit of that message that got left for me. What's going on, Plywood? I got to meet Plywood face to face today. That was pretty cool. All right. Set this off to the side. Man, I can't get rid of that message. It's in my way. I need to try to get rid of it real quick. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, delete message. Okay, I got it fixed. All right, y'all hit the like button. Appreciate you guys being in here. All right, so far we got our 2 bear heads dug out. And so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and work around to try to smooth this thing out. Now that we got that. I mean, I can start on the heads right away. And actually, they're going to get cut down some more. Just looking at them, probably take a little more out of these. Let me do that first, but I'm going to work on the sides first. Try to clean that thing up. It's pretty rough. This one, I think I'm going to go a little bit skinnier than that one, so I'm going to use that carbon bar to do that. It's no deeper than it is. It ain't going to be like it's any problem or anything. piece. It's like I couldn't figure it out. But it was like this little sap spot right there. And that's just life. It's the way it goes. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing pretty good. Be sure to hit that like button as fast as you can. Smash that button. Hey, Joshy. Hey, appreciate that, man. Floating hearts, 100%. Man, that's awesome stuff. Clap and seal. That is super awesome, buddy. Thank you. Hey, Woodchucker. Glad to see you in there, buddy. Heck yeah, let's do it. Okay, let me go ahead and start working on the sides of this thing. Throw these pieces out of the way. But anyway, man, this fresh white pine just smells so good. sharpened. But it is what it is. I'll try to trim it out with the rest of this. What do we got here? Oh, man. 6 months he's been a member. Heck yeah, woodchucker. Hey, I got $10 from Perry. Heck yeah, man. Perry, I'll take that and invest that in a new chain. How about that? All right, buddy. I appreciate that. Heck yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to keep going. Piece of wood there, and we can start cutting some detail in these bear heads. What do you guys think? I appreciate y'all being in here. What are we up to? 50 likes, 216 watching. Appreciate you guys being in there. Heck yeah. Hey, y'all, check out Perry tomorrow. Perry the Carving Wizard. He'll be on at 5 p.m. usually. And he does a lot of neat stuff. He does knife, he does gouge, he does Dremel carving, he does all that stuff. Pretty neat stuff. All right, we'll keep going. I think I'm going to take a little bit off that. That's just too much head. Yeah, realistically, man, that's way too much. Okay. All right, we'll figure it out. I think I might try to make like boy and girl bear and maybe put a bow in the girl's head, which add a level of difficulty, and I don't know, sometimes you're better off to flex shaft carve that and put it on after the fact, but I don't know. You know, we'll take what we can get. Well, let's see if we can make a bear here. If I get you a little better camera angle to that, probably so. Let's pull up. Let's see, about there. There you go. Yeah. I like to see the head come alive, or, you know, come together a little better that way as I carve it out. I'll tell you, those are tricks. You know, when you think about it, set back in there like that. Always a dilemma. Which one first? Which one first? Does it really matter? No, I don't think it does. starting to look like a bear a little bit. A little bit, maybe. Sort of. Kind of, sort of, right? All right, we'll keep digging. popping out of there. He's looking pretty good, I think. Not too bad, not too good. Hope you guys are doing pretty good. What are we up to, 70? Heck yeah, hit that like button. You all got that right. I appreciate the help. Now, that's going to be tricky, putting that other side in with this right here. But we'll get it. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to finish now. I just want to give him a good smile. You know what I mean? Make him look like he's a happy little guy. What we up to? 35 minutes. Heck yeah, 72 likes. How about we make it to 100? Hey, John Shops. What's going on, William? Heidi, Perry. Awesome. Hey, June. Glad to have you as a member there, by the way. Hey, Jeffrey Porter. All right, we'll keep going. Guy some hair, clean it up real good, and then I might even dig this side arm out while I'm at it too. But you already got one bear head, super cute, can't complain. piece a little bit. And I thought, well, he's going to get a shorter chin, just the way it's going to go. Okay, where's the other one? Where's the 170? Let's see, how much more I got to cut that down. And actually, that looks better anyway. Okay. Yeah, I cut that down a good bit to match it up. This one hadn't been started yet today, so. That bear head roughed in. I guess one thing I could do is work around this nose too. Let me cut that out before I start on the need to dig that mouth out a little bit more from where I cut too much off. But... let's see overall though. Yeah, that's a pretty cute little bear head sticking out there. Not bad at all. And clean some of the sawdust off there so I can kind of see where I'm at. But I mean, he's haired. He's ready for eyes and nose holes and stuff. Didn't mess around. Just got him done. Now I'm going to go ahead because that one that's out of fuel, the chain is sharper. And I'm just going to put some more fuel in it and keep using it. It just does a better job. The chain needs sharpening on that other one. I had a screw with it. And here's the heck of it. So I've been in a... finishing mode. We got a show next week, or like craft show. We're going to sell carvings out. And, you know, I just haven't been stopping and fixing stuff. I've just been pushing it to the side, trying to get things painted and finished, you know. And then on top of that, you try to keep up with YouTube, carve some stuff, and you just trying to stay busy. And a lot of times the maintenance falls to the wayside. That's just life. You know, life in the big city. You can't always get it right, right? Put some fuel. And I'm sure it'll take some oil. We should find out. Sounds like a sprinkling again. It had sprinkled a little bit. When I was on my way home, it was sprinkling here. It had rained here, but it didn't rain where I was. And then it had quit, and it was clear, the sky was clear. And now it's sprinkling again. So I guess that's just life. There's your weather report. Get a weather rock if you want to know any more. All right. What we got on there? That's pretty. No, that's a lot less than I thought. I'm trying to see through the fog and the smog so I don't overfill this thing. There we go. Yeah. In other words, where my glasses are fogging up. How about that? Y'all know. Everybody knows. What are we up to? 91. We're going for 100. See if we can get 100 in an hour. That's what we'd like to have. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being in here. 43 minutes to go. I think we'll make it. All right. Or 43 minutes. I think we'll make it to 100 in an hour. All right. So let's start doing this other bear. And I'll move this thing around to the other side so you get a better glimpse of him, and you're looking at the other one from the side. You can see stuff in the background that I haven't got to start coloring yet. And, you know, it's all finished. It's all carved. It's all ready to go. It's just, other than that bass, I still got to scale that bass. But I think that ought to give me enough room to work and still give you guys a pretty good shot. Let's see. Get back a little bit. Okay. All right. Hit the like if you haven't. If you had a hard roll, you would. Okay. It's going to take a minute to start this since I run it all the way out. Oh. Maybe. decided I'd have it having a little bit more of an upward look. And that's what I'm working on now, is trying to bring that so far. Oh, he's not bad. Clean his jaw up, kind of make it more rounded at the bottom like this one here. But he's got a little bit more of an upward look to him. And then I just looking, this ear is too big. I need to take some of that off. This one needs some off the top. This one needs some off the side. Okay, get it. along pretty good. Got a little fatter head, a little more neck up here than this one. This is the more petite one, so we're gonna call this one the girl, and we'll carve a little bow and put it on her head. Boy, that chain's about off there. I'll tell you, it's getting pretty rough. Oh well. But anyhow, I'm gonna clean him up and start giving him some hair. Looking pretty good. But he's got a big old fat neck. This is gonna be Dad, I'm guessing. This dude real quick. Take his headphones off. But the two bear heads, that part of it's done. And that's the fun part, I think. And then putting the arms and the legs and all that stuff on there, that's pretty fun too. See what we got. So that's what we got. We got a pretty good start. Hey, Miss Francis. Heck yeah. All right. So there's the little guy. That's going to be the female. That's going to be the male. And definitely a size disparity there, right? But nonetheless, cute, cute, you know. But it is what it is. But anyway, that's what we got. We've been on here for an hour. Guys, I want to get in here and get this started tonight. Look at the smoke rolling off my head, the steam. Isn't that awesome? Pretty funny stuff, isn't it? All right, guys. So that's what we got for tonight. I will be back Tuesday, and we will finish this dude. We'll go ahead and finish. I think we can get it all done in about an hour and a half. Yeah, ain't that crazy how that was coming off the top of my head, baby kisses? Hey, thank you, William. Heck yeah, thanks, John. All right, but anyway, that's what we got. Appreciate it, Billy. But anyway, that's what we got so far. We got the heads dug out, so we got to do the arms and the barrel, all the work in the barrel, and all that stuff tends to stay right about the same time as it took to make those heads. All right, check that out. Guys, be sure and check out William and Heidi tonight. They're going to be on it at, well, it'll be 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and be sure and check them out. But anyway, guys, that's what I got. I will be back on Tuesday, and we'll do some work on finishing this thing, and that's what I got. All right, hey, thanks for watching, friends. Come back when you can stay later.